as I mentioned before, we have some special guests in the studio. Comfy Gutters. They are a duo. Welcome, boys.
G'day, Space. How are you?
G'day, Spaceman.
I am well, thanks, mainly because I remembered to turn your microphone on. Now, if you would like to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, sure. I'm Scotty. I guess I'm the main singer and guitarist, and also blow the harp these days as well. That was sort of my lockdown hobby, to learn harmonica and really expand my range. Tim?
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Tim. I kind of play rattly noises in the background, basically on an electronic cajon. I do a little bit of singing and make stuff up in between songs, basically, that Jason finds quite irritating.
I was going to say, you're the banter man. You do all the jokes.
Spruiker.
Yes.
You probably should explain what an electronic cajon is.
Well, yeah, good point. Yeah, good point, mate.
So I don't know.
So it's a South American drum box, which Roland got their hands on, and they've basically put a little processor in there that sort of coughs up a whole bunch of pre-recorded noises. So instead of it just sounding like a wooden box, it can produce cymbals, it can produce hi-hats, it can sound like tin drums. We can do all sorts of funny things. And so it's quite programmable, quite nifty, and it's a hell of a lot lighter than a drum kit.
And I think it's interesting because it sort of confuses our genre if we do have one. I mean, because I'm playing acoustic guitar, so you'd sort of expect nice sort of acoustic type songs, but the beats that Tim injects into the song give them something else, I would have thought. Whatever that is, I'm not sure. But Weirdness, probably, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's good to keep the audience on their toes and, keep them guessing and
sure
surprises. If you could tell our listeners, just in briefly, the backstory of Comfy Gutters.
As in the act or the name itself?
Yep, how you two met, how you formed the band, what's been the band story up till now? Have you won any Emmy Awards? Have you...
They're going for arias, actually.
Right, okay.
We're done with him. We're done with him.
Yeah, sure.
The name?
Yeah, sure. We met, actually, a long time ago. We were both journalists in Tasmania back in the day. Actually, when I first moved out of house for the first time, actually moved in with this gentleman, which was a bit of an eye-opener at the time. I was a naive young 16-year-old, and anyway, so that was a learning curve. And then we were mates back then, but then went our own different paths over the years, and suddenly we both managed to land in Canberra at the same time, and got back in touch. And I guess I guess we started just jamming around about that the pandemic, the lockdown era sort of thing, something to look forward to, because Tim was a drummer back in the day. I always had these sort of songs that I thought may have been worth something, to try to build on and play originals rather than just sort of other covers. So we sort of got together during that pandemic, I guess, and really with no hopes to do anything really, but somehow it's sort of built a little bit along the way.
Yeah, no, it really did, and look, that's it. There's some shared growing up wild in Tasmania experiences in the songs, and he writes them all. Like, can't blame me.
I was going to ask, are any of those experiences in your songs?
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's quite a few actually. I mean, there's. Yeah, well, look, we'll probably talk about the EP we've recorded, but we're going to do another one intentionally with a Tasmania focus. Is going to be the next project, which will be 4 songs, which are, written, some of them a couple of them 20, 30 years ago, and some of them more recent as well. So that will be more of a Tasmanian Gothic type of theme, I think. So, as far as the name goes, I think... well, we've had a few people sort of say that it's not a very nice, appropriate name. That people could end up in a gutter or in that sort of condition. And I sort of think it's it inspires a sense of resilience to me, that you could one could find a gutter actually comfortable. So therefore, the name Comfy Gutters. I also think it's quite cool because it also sounds like an old blues or country and western star, country comfy gutters, sort of. So maybe that could be our next era, in the band. We could go down that route.
Reinventing yourself every
I think so. Why
every
not?
new album. Yeah.
A chrysalis found in a gutter. Yeah.
Is this a personal experience though? You've found resilience in the gutter.
I think we probably have all been there before, Space.
True.
Perhaps so. But no, it seemed like a bit of a fun name, and it does get people talking, so that's good.
It stands out, that's for sure. I remember when I first saw it. It was the bunker gig you were playing with Capo Creek. Mm-hmm. And we thought, oh, this looks interesting. So we knew Capo Creek, and we thought we'll go along and check it out.
Right.
Big shout out to those good folk at the bunker. I think Comfy Gutters it describes a global search for a gutter that becomes comfortable, and we've done that, right? Like we were young scruffy journalists in Tasmania, and somehow or other they let us out, and we managed to transplant ourselves to various parts around the globe, and we kept on knocking into each other wherever it was, and then found ourselves back here in Canberra. Weirdly,
I think you were stalking me.
I think it's the other way around.
Okay.
Are you two married?
No.
Well, we're bickering. We're bickering.
Yeah.
So there's a chance.
You mentioned their forthcoming EP. You've done the recordings, I believe.
Yeah, we were very, very lucky, actually. Capo Creek, Chris Johnson, Jono, actually steered us towards a pal of his who we'd never met before, a guy called Fred Pilcher,
G'day,
who
Fred.
turned out to be a doyen of the Canberra, well, the Australian folk scene, I guess. Mm. He's got a lovely little studio in his backyard, in a wooden yurt. So that was very good. I mean, we sort of didn't really have... we sort of just wanted to get our songs down in a demo form, if you like, and we did that, and that was great over a few weeks or a couple of months, and then we sort of went, well, hang on, we could probably actually try to sexy some of these songs up, and now we've got actually for the first time we're actually dealing with a real musician who actually knew what he was doing, and a great producer, and very patient with us. So we just sort of went, well, okay, what can we do? Can we actually build on some of these songs, and why not add a few guest musicians here and there, and try to serve the song, I guess, rather than just sort of just put them out like we probably will at our next gig on Sunday. But so that's was a really fun experience, and so we've got to the stage now where we've got the 4 songs sort of mastered and in a bottle. We're going to put them on CD. We hope to put them on vinyl, but that release will hopefully be in about a month's time or something like that.
Right, so no specific date as yet?
Well, we're going to have a launch party, which we just sort of went to Smith's and had a chat with the wonderful Nigel this afternoon, and we're locked in on February the 22nd, so that's going to be where the launch is actually done. So we better get cracking to get these CDs actually paid for and made.
Indeed, yes. So you can sell them.
I guess so. I think that's the way capitalism works, apparently.
And you've just had shirts made.
We had shirts as well.
As part of the Oz T-shirt day yesterday.
Yes, that was serendipitous sort of launch, I guess, because we've only had those shirts done recently. One of the things about being in the media industry, you meet some very talented people along the way, and you steal their services. So a wonderful guy called Terry managed to do, he's a graphic designer, very, very gifted, and he was happy enough to give us his wonderful artwork pretty much at mates rates, I guess you'd say. So that's good. And so we got the T-shirts ready to roll out as well, and a certain amount of truckers' caps as well.
Awesome. Got to get the truckers' caps.
Not available. Available in good stores everywhere just yet. But if you go to our Facebook site, you can get them.
I saw the artwork online. It's very good caricatures of you both. Very good.
Yeah.
If you're interested, get on their social media and you'll find it there. Now we're going to play a song from one of your latest recordings.
Yeah. So this was
Tell
on
us
the
about
EP.
this song.
This is this is a world premiere, so we haven't played this anywhere. It's not on online or anything like this. Oh my god! So this
LocalnLive 2XX, thanks you for this exclusive.
I know, yeah. Well, we had offers from all around the world, but we thought we'd got to go to Spaceman first.
No?
Yeah. No, this song is called "Every Cruise Ship Has a Morgue," and it seems to get a bit of a response. I was at a work function probably about a year or so ago, and we were just having a couple of beers, and the talk sort of got onto cruise ships, and just one of my colleagues just came out with that line, do you know that every cruise ship has a morgue? And I went, well, that's got to be a song. So hopefully it's not deriding. My wife sometimes thinks that I'm deriding people or making fun of people who go on cruise ships.
I'm happy with that.
Well, no, I'm not going there. It's more of a I think a broader sort of not a warning, but just a note of caution that you could be having the greatest time in the world, but the old Grim Reaper could come knocking any time.
Perhaps it gives people comfort, if anything happens, there's always
that's right.
a morgue.
Yeah.
They're not going to throw my body overboard.
No, not with the sharks or anything like that.
Apparently
it's
like, apparently it's right next to where the frozen food is stored, Spaceman.
Well,
that makes sense.
It makes sense. I'm not sure if it's true.
Right.
I've never verified any of this information as well, so it's complete hearsay. Just a guy after a couple of beers told me it. So,
must be true.
well, yeah, it sounded right anyway.
Well, let's have a listen. This is brand exclusive. A brand exclusive. It is a new song, brand new exclusive. All of those expressions. And it is called
Every Cruise Ship Has a Morgue.
On LocalnLive. Oops, press the wrong button. Here we go. I've ruined the exclusive. No, here we go.
You've saved your pay for a sweet holiday, and now your ship sails from the quay. 10 days to spend with 2,000 new friends. Relax and unwind and be free. But every cruise ship has a morgue. On the lowest deck near where the frozen food is stored. Every cruise ship has a morgue. Are you sure you wanna climb aboard? You can sleep until noon, then drinks on the poop. Sweep down swift water slides. Relax in the pool while feeling real cool. Watch the beautiful people glide by. But every cruise ship has a morgue. And you might get more than you bargained for. Well, every cruise ship has a morgue. Watch what you do at the smorgasbord. So don't go on the boat. Don't go on the boat. There's mariachi bands, traditional dance, rumba, yoga, tai chi, roulette wheels and live musicals as dolphins play in the sea. But every cruise ship has a morgue. On the lowest deck near where the frozen food is stored. Every cruise ship has a morgue. Watch what you do at the smorgasbord. Yeah, well, every cruise ship has a morgue.
2XXFM 98.3, people-powered radio in Canberra since 1976. Now in our 5th decade and still going strong, with your support. Visit 2XXFM.org.au to listen online and find out how to subscribe, donate, sponsor or become involved as a volunteer at your community station.
And welcome back. You are on 2XXFM. We're also on the internet, 2xxfm.org.au. I'm still joined by Comfy Gutters, and you've just heard their song, Every Cruise Ship Has a Morgue. Well done, lads. That's turned out quite well.
Oh, cheers. No,
Thanks,
I think we're pretty happy with it. And, shout out to our guest musicians there, Rita Woodhouse on cellos and Phil White on euphonium. Euphonium is it is a small tuba, so we learnt that in the recording process, so that's good as well. And he did a great job there with those two. I think those horns at the end just sort of, quite make it.
How small are we talking?
Oh, half the size, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Seen in marching bands.
Yeah, I guess I'd be better than a tuba in a marching band, because you might not break your back when you're actually carrying it around so much. So, and tuck it under your arm.
So let's talk gigs. You've got some upcoming gigs, especially, firstly, this Sunday at the Irish Club, I believe.
Yeah, bigger than Ben-Hur. So 4 to 6 p.m. This Sunday, first day of summer. And after the filthy weather, I guess it's going to be a beautiful chance to get out there on the deck, in the garden. It'll be a lovely sound and fun afternoon. We'll have the good merch on sale as well. So really looking forward to that one, Spaceman. It'll be a really nice arvo, I reckon.
It is a good arvo there.
Yeah,
you get a meal for lunch, and then you sit back, relax, and sit outside.
Really nice vibe. And they often have dancers there. I'm not sure if they're going to be dancing to our songs or not. But, I mean, that's going to be the challenge for us, I guess, that we'll find out. But
you haven't booked the dancers for Comfy Gutters?
Well, no, I think they usually turn up for those gigs at anyway.
Yeah.
So
I know what you mean. I've seen them.
Yeah, they're really good.
We're in negotiation with the Morris dancers because
Right,
they're kind of like, they're pretty keen.
Yeah.
But these guys are kind of like 50s dancers, and they're very awesome. So looking forward to that one, and thanks Dean, True Sound. That's absolutely fantastic. That'll be awesome. And as Scotty said, we're heading towards an EP launch at Smith's in February. And there'll also be another gig with a certain talented artiste at the Irish Club in February. Who could that be? Who?
Have you got any gigs coming up, Space? Have you got any gigs coming up?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for someone, I'm available on February 28th.
You're in.
That will work.
You're in.
Yeah, sure.
See how easy that
All
is.
right.
Yeah, okay.
Done.
Great.
Irish Club, Friday night, February 28th.
Look, too easy.
Big night.
Let's
Excellent.
lock it in.
Yeah, big night.
When else are you free? Let's keep locking them in.
By the end of this interview, we should have enough work for the rest of the year, right?
The other place that we play quite regularly, and it's been very good for us, as in sort of a no pressure way to learn how to perform together in front of an audience, has been the Zierholt Sunday Sesh. So our good friend Christoph is a wonderful brewer. I know this is non-commercial station, but anyway, he sets up in pop-up vans throughout Canberra, and beautiful locations. On the Sunday, there's always, especially when the weather's good, not in midwinter, but we have a Sunday session. There's Fred Pilcher's often there, Ian Paul and Danny V, who was in here recently.
Yes,
I believe.
indeed.
Yeah,
I'm going to get the whole Zierholt Sunday Session crew in here.
Yeah,
at some point.
I think so. Well, I can see you looking for a guest spot on the Sunday session.
Yes,
yourself.
that would be.
Spaceman Africa,
Yes.
the musical, is very welcome to come, and we do get some special guests as well. So we're trying to spread the word about that. I mean, it's all non-for-profit. We just turn up because we love it. But if anyone wants to get involved in that, just look me up, I guess, or send a DM to. Is it a DM? Is that the right
DM,
term?
mate, yeah.
TM,
A DM to
and or PM.
Okay. Add to the Comfy Gutters page, and we can work that out.
Reach out, or get in touch.
Lean in.
Sure.
But it makes the most of Canberra's beautiful parks, right?
Yeah. It's very nice. It's very
Sit
good
down there
setting.
by the lake, or up at Hassett Park in Campbell, or sometimes up in Belco.
Yeah.
Super outdoor settings, under the shade.
And there's some seriously good
Couple of
musicians there too.
Yeah,
So
that's
not us, obviously, but there are some real ones. So that's great.
You're good musicians, just not serious. That's what it is.
Thank you. Okay.
So, repeating once again, this Sunday at the Irish Club from 4 p.m.
Yeah.
and then a couple of gigs again in February at the Irish Club.
Yeah.
And around the traps at Zia Holt's and sometimes at the hall markets. And
Yeah, that's been
other
good fun
places.
as well.
Thanks to them.
All right, before we came on air, you chose number 14 from my random question list. What's the best piece of advice you've... Oh, we've actually got a drummer in here. Let's get a drum roll. All right. You chose question number 14, which was... What's the best piece of advice you've ever received about making music, and who gave it to you?
Look, I'm gonna bend a piece of advice, but it's close enough, right? When we were young journos, we were working at a newspaper in Tassie, and there was this awesome, crusty old doyen of photography, and his name was Don Carter. And he used to smoke a cigarette in a long ivory holder, and he was just absolutely smooth as. And he was watching me, get up to no good in those days, and he looked at me and he said, son, what you got to remember is your machine gun's got only so many shots. And it was a piece of advice I think that can be used in the music world, basically. It's like, hey, that's it, it's good, but don't sort of think that it's about spraying yourself all over the landscape. Keep it to where you're at.
Narrow the focus, Tim.
That's it,
is that
narrow
what
the
you're saying?
focus.
Yeah, right.
Work smart, not hard.
Yes. Nice.
I like it.
That's not mine. I think that's Tim Ferriss.
Right. I'll go with that. I mean, that was a fantastic answer, I thought. So, yeah.
Excellent. All right. And we're going to go out with one more song.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure the title of this.
This one's called Like My Girlfriend.
Okay.
I wrote this one quite a while ago, a good 20 years ago, I would have thought. We were in the process of recording this one, and then I sort of went, well, hang on, this is sort of what should be really a duet with a female singer, and luckily we know a wonderful female singer, Liz Caddy, who will be joining us at the Irish Club on Sunday, and she was very, very well. She kindly gave her services to help out this song. So I'm very glad that we did that. That was the right.
Yeah.
That was the right artistic decision, I
so.
think. Yeah.
Kind of channeling "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" there from
Yeah.
Kiki D and Elton John.
This is
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I guess the whole. I mean, it's a bit more of a rocky genre, I think, or even a power pop one. This one, and also I should mention a friend of ours, Gregor Murray, is playing the lead guitar because I can't play lead guitar for quits. So Gregor is from the Fuelers, mainly known. He's put down some handy licks on this one.
Can play a bit.
All right. So thanks again for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
been
Thank
wonderful. And look, we'd love to come back and actually play live in the studio sometime. I mean,
We would love to have you here in the 2XX studios.
Yep.
Thanks for supporting live music space, man.
Well, thank you. And thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for choosing 2XX as for your exclusive airing. This is first time aired as well, I imagine.
This is the
song.
first time aired, and this will all be on the EP, which is coming out probably in about a month's time or so. Yeah. So so we'll
right.
put a couple of links up on our Facebook page to some of these songs in coming weeks. If we
So if you like what you hear,
work
if you
it out.
like the vibe of the band, this Sunday, Irish Club from 4 p.m. And this song is called Like My Girlfriend.
We create the crash and try to run from the damage. Do unto ourselves till it's more than we can manage. But like my girlfriend, you to say.